y'all. I didn't know it was going to go live already. Hold on one moment, y'all. I'm just leaving from getting my feet done. My birthday is in a week, so I am getting all of the birthday festivities set up. Um, about a week ago, I was telling you all about why I closed down my salon, and my internet was terrible. It was awful. It was real choppy. If y'all watched that video and y'all made it through, I thank you all. I really appreciate y'all for holding on and watching it. But I'm going to recap really briefly. I can't remember where I left off or nothing like that. But if y'all are new here, I'm Jamila Evans. I'm Jamila, y'all. I am a ball of energy. I'm here in North Carolina. If y'all have ever been in North Carolina, you may know about Fort Bragg, Fort Liberty, Fayetteville. That's where I'm from. That's where I live. That's where I reside. That's where I own a natural hair salon. I hope that the audio is all right. I just realized it was on. I can't get these lives together to save my life. Anywho, I opened the salon 6 months before the pandemic. Who told me to do that? We could have never, ever expected the pandemic, the quarantine, like all that was unprecedented. It was always something that we have never experienced. And so I had a suite. I had moved back from Charlotte. I started off by Hair by Mila. So if you're a hairstylist and you getting off into the industry, it's been 10 years for me. I specialize specifically in natural hair education. I style hair, of course, but I am focused on the education. So I've gotten to a point now where, of course, I do, provide hairstyling services, but I'm going to teach you how to do your own hair. That's what you're going to get from me. And so, started off as Hair by Mila. I was doing relaxers, sew-ins, crochets, Marley twists. The only thing I didn't do was braids. I've never cared for braids, but I did do feed-ins when they came out and started, okay? But individual box braids, got it for you. So, moved to Charlotte after I graduated university. I had 3 more semesters at the university here. I got a degree in accounting. The reason I ended up in hair school in the first place is because I was doing so terrible in school. I was failing, and I did not know at the time I had ADHD. And the way ADHD showed up for me was a lack of time management. Even though I was extremely smart, the freedom of being able to choose when you could and couldn't go to class, and also the culture that I was around as far as people not really going to class like that. Hey, y'all are coming in. I wasn't doing well. I was failing. I was literally going to flunk out of college. Was embarrassed to say so because I had lost a scholarship. I attended that school and selected that school because they gave me a scholarship. All these smarts, I lost my scholarship. I was failing, and I knew that I was on my way to 21, going on 22, and I knew that I needed to provide for myself. Me and my mom, love her, but at the end of the day, I'm always going to be real about my experiences in my life. So me and my mom were having the best relationships, and I knew that I needed to be able to provide for myself. All throughout college, I was a waitress. I started off at Golden Corral. If y'all have ever been to North Carolina, Golden Corral is a buffet. Started off there, moved on to the Olive Garden, okay? Olive Garden has the word "the" in front of it. Moved to the Olive Garden. I was there for about 2 years. And then by the time I got to hair school, I was working at this fine dining and catering restaurant that was family owned. So as I'm waitressing at all these places, I am finishing up school, and I knew good and well that if someone else stiffed me, I knew something, okay? And it happened. This area, like, people just, they don't tip. Even if you give them amazing service, if you give them an experience, like, they're like, oh, I came here to eat, I paid my food, and you, girl, please, whatever. So I said, you know what? I'm tired of asking, almost begging, feels like, for someone to tip me. Let me put a price on something. Got into the salon, finally got my license, finished up hair school, got my license, went back to the university, finished up my 3 semesters there, and I was Hair by Mila. When I finished up school, I moved to Charlotte because I had to get up out of the black hole that is Fayetteville, North Carolina. And if y'all are here, hey, if you're new, I'm Jamila Evans. I'm a natural hair educator here in Fayetteville. I'm just telling my story about how I started my first salon and why I closed it. I've since opened up a second salon, but I'm just telling this whole story so it can be here. So, moved to Charlotte. Charlotte was amazing. Love Charlotte, but I was a struggling college graduate. So you got struggling college students, and then you got struggling college graduates. I got in this job at a cell phone store. Loved the job, but I hated the micromanagement, and so I up and quit. With $900 worth of rent back in 2017, $900, 2016, 2017, $900 worth of rent for a one bedroom was crazy to me because my first one bedroom was $400 here in Fayetteville. So decided to move back to Fayetteville, and then from there I had rebranded to what you see now, which is Texture. So I've been Texture since like 2017. I had such a demand while I was in a private suite here that I was like, you know what, I cannot do all these people's hair. I would love to, but since I can't do it and I want more black women, more curly hair, natural hair women to have the same experience, let me train other people. That's the only way in my mind that I thought that it was possible to be able to give other women the same service. Let me train other stylists to do what I do, how I do it. And, you know, I was naive. I thought that people, I thought it would be easy to find help. I thought it would be easy to build a team. Little did I know how interesting the people who are in the beauty industry, like stylists, hairstylists, are interesting people. Servers, waitresses, and people who work in restaurants, they're interesting people. Like, all people are interesting. But when it comes down to creatives and people who have certain kinds of jobs, they're very interesting people. So, needless to say, 6 months, we secured this salon in August, September of 2018, I believe. I think COVID happened whatever year COVID happened, the year prior, 6 months prior, in September time frame, we opened up the salon. Salon was huge. I had 6 chairs and 3 shampoo bowls. It came with almost everything was already in the salon. It was a turnkey business. So I just was like, oh, I was like, this must be the savior. This must be like God saying, hey, you didn't want to invest all this money in flooring and revamping this whole salon. Like, here goes the salon, it's ready made. So I moved in. I did a few interviews. I found a few people. I ended up with a solid stylist. I had 2 other stylists come through and train. And then I had a receptionist who, we have stories about the receptionist, but we won't tell those today. That could be another story time. And so at one point in time, I had 2 stylists in there, 1 receptionist, and then it was me. So 3 of the 6 chairs were full. The receptionist, she was picking up phone calls. I had me a little business phone line. I thought I was doing it right. I just was being very optimistic. I was just pouring into this business, and I was just hoping that it would, do great things. I had a vision. I didn't have much money. I was bootstrapping. I had taken out a loan through the Square processor. Little did I know that was not a good interest rate. They provided money, so I was like, okay, they give me a few $1,000s, let me take it, let me utilize it. I didn't need to buy much, but I did buy something. So, my mama, child, you gotta pay attention while you're getting onto the highway. And then this little truck is over here sending rocks flying at the windshield. So, COVID happened. Y'all was there. Weren't we all there? COVID happened, and in North Carolina, they made the salons close down for 3 months. Did we know it was going to be 3 months in the very beginning? No. So, as a payroll payer, my stylists were commission-based. So, I'm responsible for these people. They weren't booth renting. They weren't paying me money to rent a space and they had their own clientele. I was getting them clients. They were getting clients off the back of the business and the overflow and the surplus of clients that I had. They were getting those people. And I was training them how to do hair exactly like me, and we were doing a commission-based salon experience. So, a team-based salon experience. So, a lot of black women aren't used to that kind of salon So what you do is you would come in, you would be able, if you had to walk in, you could go to anyone in the salon. Everyone would do hair on a similar, structure. You would get a similar experience. I wanted everyone to be able to get education, to use the same products, to get similar results, but you just would have a different provider. So I have paychecks to pay. Luckily, we made it through the pandemic. We were closed all those months. We came back and we did a marathon, okay? We were doing 10 heads, me and the stylist, because at the time during the pandemic, it was only me and the one stylist that stayed with me the whole time. So me and her, we were knocking them out. We did 10 clients a day. And what that looked like is that we were doing rounds of clients. So we would have 2 people come in 30 minutes apart. We would get them out in like a 2-hour time frame, and then 2 hours later, 2 more clients would come in 30 minutes apart. And then we did that 5 times over. And eventually I was able to get back, regular. And then I ended up training some stylists that didn't stay with me. And me and my husband had gotten married like right before all of that. And we decided to start a family, and I found I was pregnant with twins. Not 1 baby, but 2 babies. And I said, what in the world? I was already kind of not managing the salon the best. I already didn't realize how much responsibility and I know it sounds like, Jamila, why did you open up a salon? I opened up a salon because I had that much demand. I had that many clients. I had that much, I needed to be able to serve these people, but I didn't know how underprepared I was. I didn't know how, I didn't know I had ADHD at the time. I could make so many excuses, but I didn't know so many things. And so owning my first salon showed me the actual weight of owning a salon. So being a solo stylist, having clients and running your little, and I won't say little because that takes away some stuff, but owning being a hairstylist and running that business is one thing, but owning a salon is a whole nother thing. And so being able to do both things is running 2 separate businesses. Hey, y'all coming in, say hey. If y'all new here, say hey. I like to speak. I can't read your comments, but I love to, I'm going to be stopping probably in the next 5 minutes. I'm almost home. So if you're new here, thank you for watching. But anywho, so what happened was I was like barely making it, keeping up with the clients I had prior, and paying the stylist, and actually doing well at running the salon. Having the receptionist was like my saving grace, but I didn't, at 29, now 33, I could have been doing so much more. I should have been putting in so much more time. Eyes on the road, yes, okay. I'm almost home. I'm going to read the comments when I get there, but I'm almost home, so y'all stick with me. If y'all new here, I'm so thankful. I'm new to YouTube. I've been on Instagram. I've been on Facebook for a long, long time. My name is Jamila Evans. Our Instagram name is texture.nc. I share tons of natural hair education, and I've recently started in the past few years working with other beauty professionals. So if you're watching this and you're a stylist or you're in the beauty industry, I got what you need. And if you're a client, if you're someone who needs natural hair care, I teach you how to care for your hair confidently at home. So I make natural hair simple. And so how I make natural hair simple is through education and demonstration. So I'm going to teach you what you need for your hair, and I'm going to show you how to do it, exactly how I do it. Of course, your results may not look like mine, but you will eventually get a better relationship with your hair. And so that same concept, I teach how to do that to other stylists. So that's what I've been doing for the past 2 years, and I'm sharing this story about me owning my first salon so that other stylists know that salon ownership, number one, ain't easy, and not everybody's meant to own a salon. A lot of creative people really are neurodivergent, which is a new term. So what that means is that we have different minds. We have brilliant, beautiful, creative minds. And creative minds, as far as structure and organization, those things don't go hand in hand. And when you're a business owner, a lot of business ownership is very boring, dry, redundant, boring, and it takes extreme discipline. And I'll just speak for myself. I'm not the most disciplined person. Will I get things done? Yes, but it will be a botched all over the place situation on the back end. It may not look like that on the final product, but that's what it looks like on the back end, and that's what it feels like in my being. And so if I had have known that about myself in my late 20s before I owned a salon, I would have probably just continued to be a solo stylist. I would have probably continued to just stay in the salon suite. Mind you, if I had known COVID was coming, I for real would have been like, you know what, So I'm sharing this story to just give y'all some background about me and how I made it to where I'm at, and why I actually speak so passionately about what I say is because I went through it. I felt it. I went to a university. So what happens is that you go to kindergarten, all right? They push you all the way through to high school. You graduate in 12th grade. Then if you're smart, or if you've done well, or if you want to make yourself somebody, you go to college, all right? I moved on to college and realized, like, no, like, not really. Not for me. Did I finish school? Yes, but I only finished school because I started. Like, I'm not going to have all the student debt if I don't, like, why am I going to have tens of thousands of dollars of student debt and not finish school? So where I'm at now at 33 years old, as a family, I have a family. We were blessed with twins. So I have two 2-year-old twins. I have a husband. We purchased a home. I'm speaking directly to the millennial who is in their mid to late 20s, going into their 30s, and even older. Like, the American dream is not the American dream. So I'm a realist. I'm going to tell you exactly, like, how I experienced it. I'm going to tell you what I learned. I'm going to share. I don't want anyone else to have the same, detours and the same adversity that I had. Like, that's what wisdom is about. That's what learning is about. So a lot of the stuff that I share to most will be dry and stale, but it's real life. And if you are a student of life, and if you are wise yourself, then you will take other people's mistakes and learn from them, right? So back to the salon. Opened up this huge salon. The salon had to be at least 3,000 square feet, close to 3,000 square feet. It was bigger than most people's homes, okay? It was a really large corporate commercial space. I had a 3-year lease with a landlord from Child. Do your research on your landlords, right? So I had all that going on, and one moment, y'all. I'm gonna go get. I see one of my twins. They must be up, so I'm gonna go get them, and I'm gonna come right back. One moment. Hi, babe. Hi, Patrick. How you doing? Ooh, you stink. Ooh. Hey, y'all. This is Langston. We won't be on here long because I gotta go be a mom. But so there's clearly gonna have to be a part 3. Don't turn it off. The car is on. So can you flip your eyelids inside out? Why would you ask that? It's Minnie Mouse. Why would you ask that? The answer is yes, I can. Been doing this since elementary school, and the other twin does it too. Since you want to be weird, yes, I can flip my eyelid inside out. Is it because I got big eyes? Because YouTube is strange. If y'all gonna be weird like that, then child, get off this page. This is not that. This definitely isn't that. But anywho, say hi. I'm gonna turn the car off because you're doing too much with the steering wheel. So we got the salon, made it through the pandemic, and my stylist she wasn't doing it for me. No shade, no tea to her. She was loyal, and I appreciate her loyalty. I really, really, really do appreciate her loyalty, because more than anything, that's what's really hard to find in this industry. But and if she watches this, I speak very factual. I speak very like, hey Miss, is it Ray? Please break it down for me phonetically. Hey, Stanley Cup. So I ended up letting the styles that I had that were commission based roll into booth renting. I made them independent contractors because I just felt like no one had the same gumption as me. They didn't have the same like standard, and like they just weren't given the same. They weren't given the same service. And as much training as I was giving them, as much as I was showing them, like this is how people want to. You have to say it like, Rahi. I'm so sorry. I love your shirt. Thank you. My best friend got me this, and it actually has my kids' names on the sleeve. So I wear it entirely too much. So Langston is on the top, and this is Langston, and then Leland is on the bottom. But anywho, so what happened? Made them independent, and then the love your fit today. Thank you. And then the landlord started acting stupid. So because of COVID, you know, money was sparse. I'm so thankful for all of the grants and all of the funding that was rolling around. But at the end of the day, I had to provide for my household. Me and my husband have been married for 5 years, but during that time, my husband is from Jamaica. So when he first moved here, you can tell me whatever you want. You can call me whatever you want. No, I like to call people their name. I like to, please give me your name. I'm Mila. I'm Jamila. So if you're new here, thank you for viewing. I have been on here for 21 minutes now. But anywho, so and this is the second time I've tried to tell this story, so I may have to get off of here because I got mama duties, okay, especially with two, because this little one needs some loving, he needs some attention. Thank you so much. I appreciate it so much. So the landlord started acting silly. I was trying to keep my money liquid. I was trying to, means the goddess of love. Hey, Jamila means beautiful in Arabic. So here I am. I would like to think that I got a little beauty in me, and I'm in the beauty industry. I love how your shirt says mama. Thank you. So you repeating me? So when you have kids, you gotta like repeat yourself multiple times to see if they're gonna say it again. I did that. Had communicated to the landlord that, hey, I would like to, do some type of payment arrangement for the leasing amount because like times are hard, let me know. But I had the money to pay the rent, but I just was putting it to the side because I didn't know if the government was going to shut back down. Like I didn't want to give him, hundreds of I didn't want to give him hundreds of dollars, tens of hundreds of dollars. So the rent, to be transparent, the rent was almost $2,000. I didn't want to give him each month, 3 months in, it'd be $6,000. I didn't want to give him all that money and not know what could possibly happen. And so he originally was acting like he was being, understanding and was acting like it was okay. And then like the very next month, it was just like, okay, so when you gonna pay rent? Okay. So you know what? I actually just found out I'm having twins, and maybe this isn't the best situation for me. Maybe it's just not. And I wanted out of the whole scenario. I really, really did. So I decided to close the salon, and I communicated to the other stylists as best as I could. I had a whole crazy story with the receptionist that I'll tell y'all about later. And so between all of that, the way it ended with the stylist, the crazy receptionist, that I had a detective. I had Fayetteville's police department. I had Fayetteville's police department like looking for her. Between all of that, I was like, you know what? Like this is a complete boo-boo show, and it's not best. I'm not the best salon owner, and I had to be honest with myself. I had to say, Jamila, this is not what you thought it would be. It's a lot of responsibility, and maybe right now it's not the best because I was still running my own clientele. Being a hairstylist itself was a business. Yes, exactly. And then being a salon owner was a business, and I was not managing the two businesses well. So that's how I ended up You just gonna drink out that straw. You don't even know what's in that cup.
Good.
It's good. Kids are hilarious. So, yeah, that's how I ended up closing my salon. I learned so much in that, and I have since reopened another salon. And it is a smaller space. It's like an extended suite. So I have two. I went from a 6-chair salon to a 2 chair suite, extended suite. I have a bathroom and then 2 separate rooms. So it's Langston. That's not for you, buddy. It's not for you. It's like iced tea water. It was iced tea. It had ice in it, and that's what that is. That's the ice off of the sweet tea. It's not good. And so, thank you so much. And so, yeah. Not everybody's meant to be a salon owner, and honestly, to be a stylist and a salon owner is not the easiest feat. Even with business backing, a business degree, yeah. So I'm gonna get off of here. I'm gonna get off of here. I'm gonna go be a mama, as my shirt says, and I will be back. So, if y'all are watching this, please, yes, I did open a new salon. If y'all are watching this, subscribe. I'm going to start having more conversations about the challenges of being a stylist and the beauty and the freedom that also comes along with it. And I'm just going to share the journey. So, in motherhood as well. So, welcome, and I will see y'all soon. Bye.